Bill Gates, the man behind Microsoft, has done the unthinkable. In a moment of sheer crisis, he decided to save his biggest rival, Apple. He shocked the tech world. He was Jobs' company's biggest competitor. Why would he do that? And how did this action change Apple's future forever? By 1997, Apple was on the verge of collapse. Sales dropped drastically. The company had big losses. It seemed destined to fail. In a desperate move, Steve Jobs has returned to the helm of Apple. But even with his vision and leadership, he knew he needed something more. Then Bill Gates stepped in with a $150 million investment. This move left everyone shocked. This injection of capital was not just an act of generosity. It was a strategic move that would benefit both companies and shape the future of technology. What were the conditions of this surprising agreement? And how did Apple transform from a company in crisis to a global powerhouse? Every detail of this story shows the clever competition that defined an era. First topic: Apple's crisis scenario in 1997. In 1997, Apple was in a desperate situation. The company was once a leader in technology, but it was facing a crisis unlike any before. Sales of its products were falling fast. The company was racking up big losses. Apple's stock fell sharply, reaching all-time lows. Investors and consumers were worried. They thought the company would not survive. Microsoft and other industry companies intensified the situation with fierce competition. Apple's once innovative products were now seen as obsolete and expensive. The company needed a radical change to avoid impending bankruptcy. Apple employees were also demotivated. Uncertainty about the company's future caused a climate of fear and hopelessness. Many began to leave the company, looking elsewhere for stability. Apple was on the verge of collapse and needed a miracle to save itself. Second topic: the return of Steve Jobs. In the midst of this chaos, Steve Jobs made his triumphant return to Apple. After an absence of more than a decade, Jobs returned with a clear and determined vision. He knew that Apple needed a radical transformation to survive. His first mission was to reorganize the company. He would simplify the product line and cut unnecessary costs. Jobs brought new energy and hope to the company. Jobs wasted no time in implementing significant changes. It launched a new product strategy focused on simplicity and innovation. The goal was to make products that were advanced. They also had to be beautiful and easy to use. Consumers and the media started to notice this approach. But it still wasn't enough to save the company. In addition to his product vision, Jobs also knew that Apple needed lots of money. It was at this point that he began to look for investors and strategic partners. He knew he needed someone with the resources and influence to help pull Apple out of the crisis. And that's how he got to Bill Gates at Microsoft, a move that would shock the tech world. Third topic: the surprising alliance with Microsoft. This was one of tech's most unexpected moments. Apple and Microsoft have formed an alliance. This partnership stunned the world, considering the long-standing rivalry between the two companies. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs announced their collaboration at the 1997 Macworld Expo. This shocked many. The historic rivalry between the two giants made this alliance even more impactful. Bill Gates' decision to invest in Apple was strategic. Microsoft was facing antitrust lawsuits. They wanted to show that the market had healthy competition. Also, Gates believed in Apple's potential. He knew the success of both companies could benefit the whole industry. This partnership was seen as a bold and visionary move on both sides. For Apple, this alliance represented a lifeline. Microsoft's support provided capital. It also restored investor and consumer confidence. The news of the partnership breathed new life into Apple, which began to see a light at the end of the tunnel. The collaboration with Microsoft was a crucial step in the company's recovery. Fourth topic: the $150 million investment. Microsoft's $150 million investment in Apple was a turning point. The investment announcement brought relief to Apple employees. It also relieved the tech community at large. That was the beginning of a new era for the company. With Microsoft's money, Apple was able to restructure its operations. Jobs used these funds to develop new products and improve existing ones. One of the first results was the launch of the iMac, a product that quickly became a sales success. The iMac represented Apple's new philosophy of innovative design and simple functionality. That product helped restore Apple's image as a leader in innovation. The investment also allowed Apple to resume growth. The company began to attract new talent and retain existing ones. Investor confidence has returned, reflected in a recovery of Apple's stock price. This cash injection saved Apple from bankruptcy. It also set the foundation for its future success. It was a turning point that changed the company's destiny forever. Fifth topic: the conditions of the agreement. The agreement between Bill Gates and Steve Jobs came with several important conditions. One of them was that Apple would adopt Internet Explorer as its default browser. This decision was controversial. Many Apple fans saw Internet Explorer as a symbol of Microsoft's power. However, Jobs justified this choice as a strategic necessity to ensure Apple's survival. Another important condition was Microsoft's commitment to continue developing software for the Mac. This included the continued growth of Microsoft Office. It is a suite of apps that many Mac users need. This commitment was key. It kept the Mac relevant in the market. It reassured consumers that Apple would keep offering a strong and supported platform. The agreement also included a non-litigation commitment between the two companies. Both agreed to end all existing legal disputes and focus on healthy competition. This understanding was instrumental in creating an environment of cooperation and mutual trust. The deal's terms were critical. They ensured the partnership's success and the stability needed for Apple's recovery. Sixth topic: the reaction of the market and consumers. The market's reaction to Microsoft's investment announcement was mixed. Many analysts were surprised by the partnership. The companies were seen as bitter rivals. However, most recognized the importance of the deal to Apple's survival. Apple's shares began to rise. This reflected investors' new confidence in the company's ability to recover. Consumers also had mixed reactions. Many loyal Apple fans were disappointed. They saw the adoption of Internet Explorer as a capitulation to Microsoft. Others saw the partnership as a positive sign of Apple's bold move to secure its future. The iMac's launch reinforced this positive view. It showed Apple could still innovate. The media also played an important role. They shaped how the public saw the partnership. News reports focused on the historic rivalry. They also covered the new alliance between the companies. The coverage was intense and helped keep the public's attention on Apple. The market and consumers reacted with surprise, doubt, and hope. Their reaction showed that the situation was complex. Topic 7: Apple's post-investment transformation. Following Microsoft's investment, Apple has undergone a significant transformation. Steve Jobs led the company. It began to focus on new design and tech. The launch of the iMac in 1998 was a huge success, marking the beginning of a new era of iconic Apple products. The iMac's colorful and bold design has attracted consumers and critics. It has rejuvenated the Apple brand. In addition to the iMac, Apple released many more groundbreaking products. They redefined the industry. The iPod came out in 2001. It changed how people listened to music and made Apple a leader in innovation. iTunes and the iTunes Store were added to the iPod. They made an ecosystem that delighted consumers. These products not only saved Apple, but also positioned it as a dominant force in technology. Apple's transformation wasn't limited to products. The company revamped its corporate culture to be more agile and consumer-centric. Steve Jobs was a visionary leader. Microsoft's money has let Apple explore new markets. It has also let Apple set new standards. Apple has changed from a company in crisis to one of the most valuable in the world. This change is a testament to the effectiveness of the changes it made. Eighth topic: the legacy of the partnership for the technology industry. The Apple and Microsoft partnership has left a lasting legacy. It has shaped the tech industry. This event showed that even the biggest rivals can come together in times of need. It redefined how competition and collaboration work in the industry. Gates and Jobs collaborated. They established a new way of working. In it, cooperating strategically brings mutual benefit and ongoing innovation. The impact of this partnership goes beyond the two companies. It has influenced other companies to reconsider their rivalry and collaboration strategies. The idea is that competitors can help each other at critical moments. This idea has become more accepted and practiced. The partnership also showed the importance of vision and leadership. They drive big change. Gates and Jobs demonstrated that visionary leaders can turn crises into opportunities. Today, business schools teach Apple's salvation story. They see it as a case study in leadership, strategy, and innovation. It reminds us that the world is always changing. Flexibility, vision, and collaboration are key for lasting success. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs are two brilliant minds. They have come together at a key moment in tech history. Apple, on the verge of bankruptcy, has been bailed out by its biggest rival. This unexpected move saved Jobs' company. It also redefined the dynamic between the tech giants. What lessons can we learn from this unlikely alliance? Apple's transformation after Gates' investment was nothing short of extraordinary. The company reinvented itself with the launch of the iMac and other innovations. It became one of the most valuable in the world. But what exactly motivated Gates to save Apple? And how did this decision affect the trajectory of the two companies? Every detail of this story reveals the power of vision and collaboration. What would have happened if Gates hadn't made that investment? And what other unexpected partnerships might emerge in the future of technology? The answers to these questions continue to intrigue and inspire. They show that even the greatest rivals can come together to create something truly new.